Welcome to the 14th ever episode of the BP Show featuring Brian Pearson. It's just me today. Look, I got some stuff to talk about, and how I do my podcast is just how I roll. Okay, it's I want to have big guests on here, but do I have to do a podcast every week? No. I want to do when I do a podcast. I want to talk about stuff that matters. I just don't. I don't want to just blabber on. Okay. And we've had, and I'm on here to talk Tigers baseball and Lions football because that's what's going on right now. We got the Tigers making a total ass of themselves. And then we got the Lions who look really bad in the first week of football. But now we're back to looking like a Super Bowl team with a huge win against the Ravens. But let me start with the Tigers. I mean, I almost don't have the words for this team. You want to talk about the biggest collapse in MLB history? No, I think it's the biggest collapse in all of sports, and we can look it up. I'm willing to do the research on this. This might be the biggest collapse in sports history. You're talking about a baseball team that was 10 to 15 games in the AL Central lead throughout the entire season. In a really bad AL Central. And yeah, you got the Cleveland Guardians. And I've said it through the entire season, and this has been the case ever since I've been a Tigers fan, ever since I've been alive. The Cleveland Guardians have been a problem. Not just in the regular season, but in the postseason as well. Cleveland Guardians are a problem. And not just this year, but in other years past, they kick our ass when it matters, and they kicked our ass again. And I'm tired of watching it. Cleveland Guardians have our number, and I'm sick of it. You're talking about a Detroit Tigers team that was 10 to 15 games up in the AL Central throughout the entire season. And then come All-Star break, we just decide to put a circus on. It is a total circus. It's a clown show. Am I watching Major League Baseball or am I watching ass clowns? I was in Detroit for my birthday, July 16th. We make it a yearly thing. I love going to Detroit. I love going back home to Michigan. It's always a fun time. But did I go back to Detroit to see my team get their asses kicked by the Seattle Mariners? No, I didn't. I went there to visit with Detroit Dan. It was awesome. I always have fun when I'm in Detroit. But I definitely didn't go to Detroit to see my baseball team that's 10 to 15 games up in the AL Central just get totally obliterated by the Seattle Mariners. Embarrassing. Oh, and then while we're at it, we got guys like Riley Green, who's supposed to be a team leader, laughing with the umpires. Saw it with my naked eye. He's laughing with the umpires while we're getting our asses kicked. And it goes to show with this team, it goes to show why we're putting on an ass clownery show right now. This is why we're blowing the division, because we have BS like that. We went 3-20 to start the second half in July. And yeah, we won some games in August, but what are we doing now? We're blowing the entire division because we're playing like ass clowns. Whether it's Dylan Dingler dropping a pop-up, whether it's AJ Hinch smiling in the dugout at Yankee Stadium, during the big time Yankee series. Whether it's Juanso Perez doing the Trump dance on first base at Yankee Stadium, or whether it's Tariq Skubal putting the ball through his legs to the first baseman. Uh, it's ass clownery. If you came here to create a circus, if you would rather jack off at home than win a division series, then get the F out of my clubhouse. This is ridiculous. There's no reason why this team should be in the position that they are. But instead, they want to act like ass clowns. It's ass clownery. I almost didn't have the words for it, but I have to address it. It's a circus. This isn't Major League Baseball. This isn't real baseball. This isn't a team that really cares. Yeah, we were looking like the best team in baseball, and that's the sad part of it is we were looking like the best team in baseball for the entire season, and then all of a sudden we just want to create a circus. And it all starts in the clubhouse with the players and AJ Hinch. Oh, and by the way, AJ Hinch is telling the media that he doesn't know what's going on. It's like, dude, you're the manager of this team. You went from the best manager in baseball to the worst manager in baseball in a matter of 2 months. Make it make sense. Thankfully, we still have a chance to win a division. I don't know how with just how this team is playing. It's actually amazing that we still have a chance to win this division, given just I mean the pathetic the just pathetic display we've put on. It's just pathetic. And like I said a few minutes ago, I almost don't have the words for it, but I got to address it. And this is the Detroiter coming out of me. Like I got to address it. And I finally thought I finally figured out the words for it. It's a circus, and I'm watching ass clowns right now. You know, I love my teams. If you say I'm being too hard on them, then okay, I'll cope with you on that. But if you're a Detroit fan, you're looking at this team going, we had this division on a chokehold. And now we're in a tie with the Cleveland Guardians. And yeah, the Guardians are good, but there's no reason why they should have caught up to us with a 10 to 15 game lead throughout pretty much the entire season. AJ Hinch, you went from the best manager in baseball to the worst manager in baseball within a matter of 2 months. Figure it the F out. When I had Mikey Betts on here, I was talking about my Tigers, and I said, it's just a matter of waking the F up. When are we going to wake the F up and decide that this is unacceptable baseball? It's just unacceptable. Tariq Skubal flipping the ball through his legs to the first baseman. Why don't you start a jiggling show while you're at it? Go join a freaking circus. That's circus baseball. That's not a team that's fighting for a division title. And we shouldn't be fighting for a division title. We should have it by a chokehold, but we decided to be ass clowns in August and September. Man, and I'm sure you guys know by now, and just listening to me talk, and you know, I'm not on here to just yell and, just try to put on a display, like, just yell all the time. No, that's I I get it. I've been doing this thing for a long time. I've been doing podcasting for a long time. I know the game. But the reality of the situation is that I'm from Detroit, and I grew up on guys like Mike Valeni. I've worked under guys like Roger Castillo, and those are true Detroiters. And they showed me the game. And if you talk to Roger or Mike right now, they'd be in the same position that I am. Guarantee it. It's awful baseball at the worst time. What are we doing? I mean, let me just talk about the Lions now. I mean, and I might bring up some Tigers later, but let me get to the Lions. We looked really bad versus the Packers, but we proved ourselves again versus the Ravens on Monday night. That Lions team versus the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, we look like last year's team with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. And that game showed me that we don't need Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. It's Dan Campbell. Yeah, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn are great coordinators. What are they going to do as head coaches? We don't know because it's an entire different ball game going from a coordinator position to a head coach position. It doesn't matter if it's high school, college, or pro. So I wish Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn the best of luck, but this Lions team is based solely on Dan Campbell. And yeah, we have a great manager in Brad Holmes, but it's all in that locker room. And it's all in that culture. And we have talent on both sides of the ball. And we look like a Super Bowl team again. And I'm freaking proud of this team. I'm freaking proud of this organization. I love our fans. And that was a hell of a win on Monday night. Detroit Tigers, where are you at, man? We got to get going. It's September. We should have a bye week in the playoffs. But nope, we decided to F around at the most important time of the season. Our best player is freaking laughing with the umpires during the second half of the season, and we all of a sudden we get our asses kicked by the Mariners, and then we go on a 3-20 span for the entire month of July. It's careless baseball. Just got to get it together, man. It's like it's ridiculous that the Detroit Tigers are in the position that they're in right now. It's just totally ridiculous. Don't have the words for it. It's unexplainable. And AJ Hinch said he didn't have the words either. But it's like, dude, you're the freaking manager. We're all watching this team. And yeah, I'm a podcaster, but if you watch any kind of baseball at all, you can tell that this team is a bunch of ass clowns right now. So if you're AJ Hinch, you need to get in that locker room and tell the guys, hey, it's August and September. How about we stop acting like some ass clowns? Uh, what else do you want me to say? I mean, I pretty much said everything I need to say about this Tiger team, and technically, I could go on and on with just how ridiculous it is that with the position that we're in right now with this team is it's just unacceptable. And thank goodness we still have a chance to maybe win this division. and then we need the Astros to lose to win to even make it in the wild card, and we need Cleveland to lose to have a chance at a division that again chokehold should have it by a chokehold. Detroit Lions, we're looking great. And you know what? And yeah, we didn't look our best week one, but we played against a Super Bowl caliber Green Bay Packers team week one. We're just figuring it out, and there's no excuses. We played bad. Packers are really good, and we're playing at Lambeau week one. There's no excuses. But there's also fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is it's week one. We have new coordinators, and we're figuring stuff out. But you know what? You know what really shows the balls and grit of this Detroit team? It's going on the road on Monday night against a John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson led Baltimore Ravens team, and getting and I mean gritty win on the road. Detroit Lions fans, you should be proud. Detroit Tigers fans, I don't even know what to say to you right now. I'm sorry. That's all I got to say. That is, I'm completely sorry because your Detroit Tigers are sorry. Detroit Lions are looking like a Super Bowl team again, and Tigers were looking like a World Series team for pretty much the entire year until July. And then, yeah, we won some games in the later part of July and into August, but it doesn't matter if you're not competing in October. And we might not even make it to October because, I mean, we just decided to just totally fall off the map and just like, we'll just laugh it off in the second half. And I literally saw it. Should I explain it again? Riley Green laughing with the umpires. AJ Hinch smiling in the dugout in Yankee Stadium. Wencel Perez doing the Trump dance on first base at Yankee Stadium. Tarek Skubal flipping the ball through his legs to the first baseman cost us 3 runs in the inning. That stuff matters. Oh yeah, and Dylan Dingler dropping a easy cut like that's all meant. And I saw Trey Sweeney making here too. And I'm not here to nitpick, but come on, look at this team and what we're doing. We're playing like ass clowns. It's not nitpicking, it's ass clown baseball. The proof is in the pudding. Look at what we've been doing for the last month. Crap in the bed. That's what. Yeah, and I've been waiting to try to time it out and say, you know what? Because I mean, I've just uh, again, I don't have the words for just how sickening this Detroit Tigers team is for me right now. So I was trying to like, maybe wait it out until the playoffs. We might not even make the playoffs. We might not even make the playoffs. So should I address it during the regular season? Yeah, because I just can't take it anymore. The big things going on right now in Detroit sports, Michigan football, I think we're fine. Big win versus Nebraska. I don't mean to sound like a broken record. If we would have had Harbaugh this, if we would have had Harbaugh that, I'm tired of saying that stuff, but it's the truth. If we had Jim Harbaugh, we would have beat Nebraska by 2 to 3 touchdowns. But we had Cheryl Moore and pretty much the same coaches. Biff Poggies, Poji's he's a good coach, and that's a good win against a solid Nebraska team. But if we had Jim Harbaugh, we win that game by 2 touchdowns. And the difference between the Michigan teams with Harbaugh and the Michigan teams now is, and sure, it took a minute, but at the same time, Harbaugh was winning right away when he got to Michigan. He went 10-3 his first season. With Harbaugh's Michigan teams, we set the tone right away. And it's a culture thing. Look what he's doing with the Chargers, undefeated, one of the best teams in the NFL. That's all Jim Harbaugh. Look what he did with the Niners. I've said it before on the record. Look what he's done in college and pro. Win. That's it. No sign stealing. We don't need to sign steal. We had 3 top 15 picks in the 2025 NFL draft. Did those guys sign steal in the combine? Are those guys sign stealing now? Is Jesse Minter and Jim Harbaugh sign stealing with the Los Angeles Chargers right now? I highly doubt it. I just think they're winning football coaches. That's what I think. Lions are looking great. Tigers need to get their you know what together. Michigan football, we're playing good. We just, I don't want to say we have to deal with Sherrone. I like Sherrone. I think he's a good coach. But when you have a guy like Harbaugh come into a program, like, and I don't mean to beat it with a dead horse or sound like a broken record. I love Harbaugh. Harbaugh is my friend. And I'm sure I've said it on air before. Harbaugh's a family friend. But putting that aside, I also put my sports podcaster and sports fan and sports writer cap on and say, yeah, I really love Harbaugh, but oh my gosh, I support him, but it's so easy to support him because all he does is win. And he does it the right way. And I don't think that he needed to sign steal when he was at Michigan. That national title team, and I said it on a podcast before, that national title team we had where they accused us of sign stealing, we had a loaded roster with first round NFL talent. JJ McCarthy, Mikey Sainstro, Blake Corum, Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Colson Loveland. List goes on. Jim Harbaugh is a winner, and he's proven it at the biggest stages at the college level and the professional level. It's great to see him doing so well at the Chargers. He deserves it, and I expect nothing less. I mean, it's Jim Harbaugh. The guy is just a winner. Detroit Lions looking like a Super Bowl team again. Off to a slow start against a really good Green Bay team. Huge win against the Ravens Monday night. That's a huge win. Detroit Tigers, get your effing you know what together, and you got to get it together like actually right now. We got 2 more games left in the season versus a good Red Sox team. You got to get it together right now, or else we're not going to be in the playoffs, which we should have been a shoo-in in the playoffs. Got to get it together. That's the show. I covered Tigers, Lions, Little Michigan. Had to come and address it. See you next time.